nextlevelguitar.com, and today I've brought my G6196 Cadillac Green Country Club guitar.
All one word.
All one word. So let's start with some features on this here beast. So this is a full hollow body guitar that Gretsch makes. The thing I like about this the most is that it actually is the 17-inch body right out here, as opposed to some of the smaller sizes on the 6120 models. And it's completely hollow. I mean, it has a little bit of bracing, you know, probably right around this area on the sides of the pickups underneath it. But other than that, it just has a center brace underneath the bridge that supports it. And this thing's clean. I really like this one. This one's going to have the standard Filtertron, the high sensitive Filtertron pickups in it, so it does give you a little bit more of a somewhat streamlined contemporary, you know, tone if you want, or you can do bluegrass or rockabilly or whatever you want. And I think they're great. You know, there's another model that they do make in this, so if you are digging the color and you're digging the sound in this video, you can also get it in another version without the tremolo, and then that's actually going to have like a solid block inlay. So this just has the regular neoclassical thumbnail inlay. This model's still pretty standard to the Gretsch line. This is going to be your master volume right here, so you can just hear that fade in. Okay, so that's our master volume. That's going to pretty much control all the controls. And then these are our two volumes right here. So obviously our one on this side is going to be the neck position, so we'll leave the volume up. You can just hear that really quick right now. Turn both of these down. Okay, there's our neck. And then same on with the bridge right next to it. Let's do that. Oh, got to do the selector first. Now let's do that. Here we go. Okay, so I'll bring that up to the middle again. And then the one thing that I do want to mention on Gretsch's that's pretty cool is most of them in a high-end Gretsch is not going to have an actual tone knob on it. This is a standard pickup selector right here, so you can just, you know, leave the volumes up and everything. You can hear that. And there's the middle, right? That's both the pickups. Go down, that's going to be the bridge. And then go all the way up. That's going to be the neck for that warmer sound. And then the confusing yet tricky control right here is an actual tone cap selector switch.
That's not for the flux capacitor?
That's not for the flux capacitor.
Damn.
But this guitar does take you back to the future with the 1950s
I
Cadillac,
like that.
with the 1950s
Strong.
Cadillac green color. That's right. So the cool thing with this is if you leave this in the middle, it actually takes this whole circuit out of the mix. Okay, so you can hear it right now. It's really got that nice clean sound already. Go to the neck too. Okay, go back to the middle position with both pickups on. But now if you listen, if you go up to this position, that's actually going to have a medium level high roll-off switch. So you'll hear it's kind of this dark, muddy tone. Okay, we'll go to the middle again so you can hear it now when it's out of the circuit again. And then if you go down to the bottom one, it's actually going to have a low level high roll off, and this gives it this kind of you know, like a twangy dark sound. Now listen to it. So a little bit different than the middle position, but my favorite position always is the none position in a sense. Really cool. Just leave it out. Use the 3-way selector and use your volumes. The nice thing that I do want to mention too, with using these volumes, it does make it really cool with the master, because you're still going to have a volume, you know, over the whole controls, but you can actually blend your pickups. So if you think about it, we can leave everything in the middle. This is out of the circuit. This is both pickups on, but if I want to roll off a little bit of the high end, but still leave both pickups on, I can just turn this neck one all the way up, and then back off the bridge position to about 9, and this way, without having to use both of these at once, I can still have the master volume. So this way I can still have the bridge drop down to about 9 or 8, but also drop my overall volume down to 9. So, you know, I'll just give you a quick little example. You can hear it. You know, you're going to have a little bit more punchy sound when everything's obviously all the way up. But let's check that out now. Let's play a few chords. It's all the way up. But now we'll kind of back it down and it'll really actually clean up a little bit. We'll lose a little bit of volume obviously, but listen how it cleans up. So at the same time, I'm still kind of customizing my tone with these two knobs down here, but I can adjust the overall volume right here. This one does have the Bigsby with it. This is their B6 vibrato. It's more of like a flat style. This is the style that that Gretsch actually came out with after they picked up Bigsby. And this has the Imperial Grover tuners. This is, you know, really big body. It's actually the exact same size as the White Falcon. So if you definitely don't like the color of the Falcon, or you don't want to get a black Falcon, you want to get something really, really cool and jazzy or 50s looking, the Cadillac green is definitely a really pretty color. Really stands out. And on stage it looks like a black Falcon, so I always get asked all the time which black Falcon is that, but it's not. You can barely see the green underneath the stage light. I'll pull this up too so you can just see, you know, it's got a nice belly to it. You know, on the back you can kind of see that right there, and then you can actually see this is obviously a full hollow body. It's completely thick. And then the neck itself too, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but this is a really thick neck. A lot of you guys on the comments are always asking, you know, how thick is that neck? How thick is this neck? Well, this one's thick. I mean, it's fat. You know, it's a tad shorter at the headstock joint compared to a White Falcon, but as far as, you know, playability and everything, it's big. You want to play more rhythm and more open chords. One more thing I wanted to mention on this particular model is that this does have the 0 fret on it. And it's definitely different. It's really cool. It definitely sets this guitar in my collection apart from my other ones. So you can notice right here, usually your first fret is going to start right here, but actually the first 0 fret, they call it, is right here. So if you go in on a close-up, you can actually see that the actual plastic nut is recessed lower than the height of the 0 nut. So all the strings actually are running, and they're touching the first fret and then coming down through the nut, almost like the nut's just a guide. So in general, I like the 0 fret because it's going to give you a much chimier sound, and definitely give you a little more of that like jangly sound too when you're playing those low open chords. I've got both of our volumes up now right here, so you can just hear each pickup as they are. I've got the master volume all the way up. Our tone selector cap switch is completely out of the mix, which is the middle position. Now we're going to switch to we'll switch to the bridge position, and we can just hear it. I'm going to play that same thing pretty much, just so you can hear the difference in tone on the video. So here we go. Okay, so there's our bridge position with the same little run, and then we'll go to the neck. You can hear how much warmer that sounds. Both of our pickups are still all the way up, and we're going to move our tone cap selector into the up position, and our pickup selector's in the middle, so we'll just hear a quick example of that. Okay, so I'm going to play that same example. I'm going to skip over the middle again, and then we're going to go all the way down to the bottom, which is the lower level high-end roll-off. So let's hear that now. This is my favorite position, and check out this sound. I've just got the tone cap selector off, and on this particular amp I'm just going to leave the pickup selector in the middle with the volumes all the way up. Let's check it out. This has been Jason Lee with NextLevelGuitar.com. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos, and I'm going to play us out with this Cadillac Green Country Club Gretsch.
It's a beast, dude. Sexy beast guitar.
You're cracking me up. Are you leaving this in or are you going to edit it?
I'll edit it.
Alright.
You gonna kick some ass?
Kick some ass.
Oh boy. You're up.